What it do, people? Welcome to the video where I'm going to talk about my experience with the 100-day squat everyday challenge. Alright, so as you probably know already, I have been doing this challenge where I squat every single day for 100 days. And let me tell you what, that was an incredible experience. How I first learned about the squat everyday challenge, I remember one day I was just online, just scrolling through, just doing some research, and I came across this program where they talked about squatting every single day to be able to increase your squats. Now at first I thought this was buckets, and like, man, of course you're gonna get overtrained, you're gonna be sore all the time, it's not possible. But I actually heard some people talk about some of the results that they had. I decided, hey, if other people could do it, why can't I too? And plus, it seemed like a pretty gnarly thing to do, squatting every single day for 100 days. So I was like, shoot, I'm game. Now, all the other things I saw online, they were actually for like 30 days, 60 days. And I decided, you know what, man, let's blow them out the water. Let's do 100 days. Now, after doing all my research, I was ready. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna attack this. I'm definitely gonna do 100 days. Before I started, I decided how I was gonna attack this. So what I did was I worked up to a heavy set every single day, as much as I could do in the beginning, that is. So that means like I will pick a random rep range. So I'll walk into the gym, I'll be like, I feel like doing 3 reps today. Then I'll do as much weight as I could for 3 reps. And maybe the next day I'll come into the gym and I'll be like, you know what, I feel like doing 5 reps, and I'll work up as much as I can for 5 reps of the day. So because of this, every single day I could not lift the same amount of weight. Some days were better than others, some days were worse. So some days I could lift a lot, some days I couldn't lift at all. So I was kind of like varying the rep range to make things more exciting for myself. And then I was also doing some front squats too. So originally the program was for back squats, but I decided to incorporate some front squats also, because doing back squats all the time, man, I knew I was gonna get taxed with my CNS. So I was like, well, front squats I can do less weights, so because of that it will force me to bring the weight down, and that way I can recover a lot faster. And boy, was I wrong. It didn't matter which way I did it, front squats or back squats, man, I was in pain the first 30 days, guys. It felt like, oh my gosh, it was horrible. I remember the first week, by day number 6, I was like, oh dude, this is not possible. It's impossible. How am I going to do this for 100 days? So the first few weeks, man, I was struggling. Like, I can remember, like, the first 3 weeks, pretty much every day I was sore. Everything hurts. My quads were always hurting, my calves were always hurting, my butt was always hurting. I was stiff as hell. But then something strange happened after, I guess, like the 30-day mark. It started to get easy. It started to feel like, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, I still got sore, but I really got used to it, and it was like, oh, I seem to be able to squat every single day. This is not really that big a deal, But one thing that I didn't notice was I had to kind of switch up my intensity. So at first I was doing balls to the wall hard every single time. But then after a while I noticed that I was starting to pick up some niggling injuries. So what I then did was I would walk up to a very hard day, and then there were some days that if I was feeling beat up, I did a lot lighter work than I usually would. So I was always doing like maybe like 225 on the back squats, because I was like, okay, you know what, I need to take a rest day. So because I couldn't have a typical rest day where I don't do any squats, I was like, okay, let me just squat a little bit lighter than usual. And then when I started doing that, man, my numbers started to climb up. My squats were starting to feel a lot better. I was starting to feel really good, and my form, my technique was improving. That is also one thing that improved throughout the squat everyday challenge. My technique definitely improved. At first I was butt winking like, oh my god, I can't even explain. I had horrible technique. It was hard for me to get depth, like it was hard for me to get out the hole. But then of course, with practicing squats every single day, I got good at it. So my squats definitely improved a lot. Like, you would look at my last video, see how that 405 for 1 looked. It looked just as good as just the bar. It's crazy. My technique with heavy weights improved immensely. Another benefit that I got from the squat everyday challenge was I gained some size, guys. I gained size everywhere, like in my chest, in my shoulders, in my arms. Like, I'll tell you something, before I used to have just 16-inch arms. Now I have 17 inches, so my arms grew an entire inch throughout this program. No lie, it was kind of freaky because I gained some muscle mass. I gained weight too, so I gained about like, so I started the challenge at 195 and currently today I was 210. So in 100 days I gained 15 pounds. Now mind you, not all those 15 pounds were muscle. There was some fat in there. I did get a little bit chubby, you know, because I was eating the burgers, I was eating the pizza. I was enjoying life because I was like, shoot man, I'm squatting every day. I better eat as much as I could, you know, to at least support my training. Now, the one regret that I do have was not paying more attention to my nutrition. Like before, I used to track my calories every single day. I track my macros, but then when I started the challenge, for some reason, I couldn't put as much mental energy into my nutrition anymore. I just kind of let that just go on the wayside. I just kind of freestyled my nutrition. So with my experience with nutrition, it is like 70% of the game. So I do know that if I actually paid more attention to it, I probably could have made better results. Who knows? So, you know, yeah, I should have been eating better, but hey, I still made some gains, guys. So to round things up, in 100 days I put on 40 pounds in my squats, and just so you know, my squats had been stuck for the longest time. They hadn't moved at all. So to me, those 40 pounds well worth the 100 days. Now, would I do the 100-day challenge again? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Of course I would, man. It was an incredible experience. It really changed my outlook on life and gave me a lot more discipline. And it was just a challenging thing to do. And there's one thing about me, I love overcoming challenges. So maybe next time when I do a challenge, I'll probably do like 120 days, maybe 150 days, maybe 200 days, who knows. But I'll definitely do a squat every day again. Now, would I recommend squats every day for anybody else? It depends. If you are a newbie lifter and you're not used to doing squats, I won't recommend you just go straight into squats every day. Like, I have been squatting for years and I have experience. I know when my body can push more and I know when I need to take the foot off the gas pedal. So if you don't know how to modulate your training, you don't know what it feels like to train intense, I wouldn't do squats every day because you might end up pushing too hard and hurt yourself, and you might actually end up pushing too light and not actually making any gains. So you definitely have to have some experience in the gym and know what it's like to actually push yourself. So I'll say about like 2 to 3 years of experience working out in the gym, doing some squats before you try and attempt squats every day. So guys, that is it, man. That was what it took for me to do the squat everyday 100-day challenge. I hope you guys like this video, this content. If you do, you know what to do. Give it a zoom. Yeah, baby, a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. See you guys later.